Our next contestant is from Madurai, has studied in Sri Aurobindo Miro Matriculation Higher Secondary School. She is passionate about photography and loves traveling to learn about different culture. A regional level participant last year, but now a regional finalist. Put your hands together for the vibrant Sharon Rose.
Education is the most powerful tool one can use to change the world. Education is the most powerful tool one can use to change the world. Ladies and gentlemen, a fabulous morning to all. Here I present before you myself, I am Sharon Rose. So by this time now, you people might have guessed what my topic is going to revolve around. Yes, education. It's not simply education, it's hacking of your educational system, why and how. Let me just list out some of the statistics so that you could just understand why am I with this topic up here. The Republic of India, second in world population, second in population density, and amazing. First in youngster population across the nations of the globe. But we stand 42nd position in research and development, 130th position in doing business, and 134th position in per capita income. Poor. On the other hand, let me take US as an example, a greater superpower, which has only 20% of the population, youngster population that we have in India, with only 20%. They stand 8th position in research and development, 6th position in doing business, and 4th position in per capita income. With only 20%, if they could reach that heights up there, why aren't we able to climb up that ladder that they have climbed up? A big question mark. This situation is highly pathetic. A big question mark, it just appeared before me. It was just laughing at me, questioning me that I wasn't able to answer the question and I am not eligible of finding out actually what was the reason behind all these discrepancies. My heart, it was filled with horror. I was filled with hatred. I was kind of distressed and dismayed. A kind of silence flew around me, which I call the black hole silence. And question marks all around me flying just here and there. And then I started back with a smile, a cute smile that you see on my face. And then I laughed at the question mark, and with huge guts I asked it back, who gave you guts to laugh at me and who are you to question me? Are you the one to find out zero in mathematics? Are you the one to find out Raman spectrum? Are you the one to send a number of satellites from NASA? Or at least, are you the one to accomplish the Mars mission in its first attempt? No, it was us, we, the proud Indians, we, the extra-minded ones. We are the one to find out zero in mathematics. We are the one to find out Raman spectrum. We are the one to accomplish Mars mission in its first attempt. And we are the one to send a number of satellites from NASA. So, what was the answer? Education. As the words of Socrates, he says that, take up the weapon of knowledge. And that's why I quoted in the beginning, education is the most powerful tool one can use to change the world. See, I am a kind of practical girl, so I made a small survey in a rural area which was located near my college. I just laid them a simple question as this goes. What do you want to become when you're 5 years ahead? What do you want to become when you're 5 years ahead? Doesn't it look a bit simple? A 200-volt shock hit me down. Someone helped me, asking me, oh, poor Sharon, what has happened to you? And the answer was, getting settled. Simply to get settled. Actually, I wanted to know more what was in their hearts rather than what was in their minds. I just laid them a question back. Can you just define the phrase getting settled? A 2000-volt shock hit me back, and now 2 persons came for the rescue. Oh, poor Sharon, what has happened to you again? And the answer was to get a lakh salary per month, a pretty good car, and a pretty good house. The motto of the education was to get a lakh salary, a car, and a house. Listen to me, my dear friends. Education is not preparation for life, and education is life. Education is for the love of learning. It is not for earning. When I just searching about the life cycle of those, the people I served it, I just found out this one whole cycle which goes like this, something funny and crazy. See, they go to the school, they get their percentage, they go to the college, they get their CGPA, they go to the office, they get married, they have their children. And their children go to the school, they get their percentage, they go to the college, they get their CGPA, they go to the office, they get married, they have children. Boom, 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 boom. Does this make any sense? Of course not. It doesn't make any sense. And that's where I found out education was in their minds and not in their hearts. I wanted to know more. I researched more on the educational standards of India. It's where I found this one thing. India stood on its 105th position, up there low, among the 147 nations in educational standards. Poor, 105th position among the 147 nations. On the other hand, I found this one extra-minute guy who scored a second rank in a globalized standard test. If the educational system of India is so poor that we stand up here, down, then where did we get this one extra-minute guy from? And that's why I choose out a rural area to survey rather than a urban area. Because urban area, we people run towards IIMs and IITs for betterments of life, while the rural area, those students do not actually know what is actually IIMs and IITs. And one thing I would like to share is that even I was not aware of IIMs and IITs before I just entered my college. So, when I just wanted to know what was more, I just found this one thing. Our system is a kind of laid back when it comes to rural educational systems. We have two kinds of people, the brainy people and the snail people. The rural education system of India pushes a student to select his profession even before he is not liable of casting his vote or even riding his bike like somewhere going around. If he is a brainy guy, then he has three options left in his hand. One is to go into the computer science group just for the sake of an engineering degree in a reputed college. Two is to go into the biomax group just for the sake of MBBS. Three is to go into the commerce group just for the sake of CA. Only these three professions are considered to be superior in the rural education system of India. If he is a kind of snail, then he has only two options left. One is to go into the computer science group just for the sake of an engineering, not even in a reputed college, but in a decent college in the locality. And two is to go into the commerce group just for the sake of BCom. If it is a girl, then it's so simple. She can go with anything she wants. Biomax? Yes. Computer science? Yes, yes. Commerce? Triple S. The only thing is that her marital status changes from unmarried to married. And there comes a full stop to her whole educational levels. This is actually the current scenario of rural educational system in India. So, what can we do? Change, change and change. We have been hearing a number of speeches on changes, but have we encountered any changes in the educational system? No. Even Gandhiji took that number of years, right, with the aid of that number of revolutionists, right from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, to get freedom for India. Changing is not possible, friends. It takes hundreds and hundreds of years to change your own educational system. So what we can do is hack your own educational system, and that's why I'm here with hacking of your educational system. So I do understand, we are not presidents, we are not prime ministers, we are not chief ministers, we do not have any managerial towns of the constituency of India, we do not have any political affinities or influences over there. So what can we do? Of course, I assure you, someone up here will be the President of India in future, someone up here will be the Prime Minister, someone up here will be the Chief Minister, someone up here will have the managerial crown, someone up here will have political affinities or influences. If you do not have any of these, you will obviously be the parent of your children. Yes, you will be the parent of your own children. So, what do we do now? First, hack your own education, then your children's education, then your street's education, then your city's education, then the state's education, and at last, the nation's education will be wholly hacked. So, what are the strategies of hacking your own education? This is my own personal experience. The first strategy is to find out what is your what. Please listen carefully because this is only for you. You and you. The first strategy is to find out what is your what, that is by your heart and not your mind. List out all the experience that you want to have in life. It may be anything like bungee jumping, skydiving, taking a selfie in the moon, or else it may be like falling in love, having kids, is to raise them, is to pay huge bills to send them off to college, which does not make any sense at all. Or it may be like becoming a great scientist like APJ Abdul Kalam, or becoming an astronaut, a beautician, a calligrapher, anything may be, just list it down. How to find out what is your what from that list? Let me just give out some 3 constraints to find out what is your what. That is by your heart or not your mind. Constraint number 1, find out something you love. Constraint number 2, find out something that you are good at. Constraint number 3, find out that will be for you. Listen to me. Something that you love, something that you are good at, something that will be for you and you. Let me just give you a real-time example. I have a friend who is doing his civil engineering in a reputed college across Tamil Nadu. He is a best calligrapher. He has won a number of awards in calligraphy. But due to the influence of his parents and his society, he has been pushed into civil engineering. Now he is crying aloud with 16 of his arrears in his final year. So what is his what? Yes, calligraphy is his what. He is good at calligraphy, he loves calligraphy, and calligraphy will pay for him. So that finishes the first strategy, finding what is your what. So what is the second strategy? Growing towards the what. Just imagining, aha, I love that, aha, I'm good at that, aha, I'll be paid for it, does not make you reach those heights. I'm sorry to say this, just dreaming does not make you reach those heights. So, as soon as you find out what is your what, take steps in growing towards the what, and that forms the second strategy of hacking your education. And the third most important strategy that I would list is contributing from the what. Contributing from the what. There's a great philosopher called James. He says that your soul, your psyche, it feels deprived when you do not contribute. Friends, you may be happy. Fellas, hear me, you may be happy, but you may not be fulfilled if you do not contribute. And that's why it calls for contribution. And I just love this one whole thing of living, which is given by the Gaia's hypothesis. He says that this earth is not made up of a number of organisms. It is one huge organism in which everyone are kind of interconnected. It's not just me and everyone in this hall. It's me, everyone in this hall, the ocean, the seas, the air, the breeze, everything is a kind of interconnected. See, you learn, you teach, then they learn, they teach, they learn, they teach. This is a kind of interconnection. You have learned because someone has taught you, someone has contributed to you. Now it's your turn to contribute back to the society. So these are the 3 strategies. Let's have a shorter recap. First, find out what is your what. 2, grow towards the what. And 3, contribute from the what. See, this talk might be like concentrating on you and you. A selfish act, right? But when you come across this contribution factor, we'll be contributing all at the same time. When all contribute at the same time, the nation grows as one. And that's why I told you, hacking of your education system by these 3 strategies will show changes in the whole of the education system of India in around 5 to 10 years, and I assure it. I would like to end my speech with a small saying. My talk is not of monopoly, because I've told you, contribution is the only thing that makes my soul fulfilled. I want everyone to spread this across the world. Hack your education, make it perfect, hack the world and then make the world perfect, because education is the most powerful weapon one can use to change the world. Thank you.
Very good.
Good morning, ma'am. Thank you.
Very good. So, let me ask you this question.
Yes,
Maybe you anticipated this question, but nevertheless I'll ask you.
Okay, ma'am.
What is your what?
Management is my what.
And how are you growing it?
Yeah, ma'am, I've started coordinating a number of events in my college. To be frank, I am the placement or coordinator of the department. I am the student secretary of the department. I am the fine arts secretary. See, I've been leading around 200 people in my school, being the head of Bluebell's team, school team. So I've been growing towards the water.
And how do you think you can use those skills, whatever you gain out of this, to contribute to hack the education?
After this managemental thing, actually my aim is to become an entrepreneur. So when I'm successful in that position, I'll be helping out those people who wanted to become an entrepreneur.
Why do you want to become an entrepreneur? You want to give jobs? You don't
Yes,
want to be a job seeker, but
yes, ma'am.
job
I do
provider?
not wanted to become a job seeker. I wanted to become
Why?
a job provider. Because I found that one thing which is good dominance in me, and that's that management thing and the leadership qualities that I found in me. So that's why.
Yeah,
Sir.
good speech.
Thank you, sir.
And you said your what is management?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Are you going to join some Ivy League management instead of going to hack management then?
Hacking management.
What's your plan to achieve that management? You said what is management? Are you going to join an MBA college to do that, or are you going to hack the strategy which you gave, right? Are you going to?
Yes, sir. The strategy is to how to effectively use the current educational system in India. We cannot change it. So find out what will be the effective ways to utilize the system that is available in India.
You've been saying change loudly for
Yes.
3-4 times, and you're saying we cannot change it. I'm little kind of finding a little irony over there.
Sir?
Right? I find a little bit of irony over there. You said we have to change a lot, and you're saying we cannot change. How does both go together?
So I told that change. These are the traditional things that we have been hearing for years. But actually, just speaking like change does not practically make any changes.
So do you mean to say change will not happen?
Sir?
Do you mean to say change will not happen?
It takes hundreds and hundreds of years to evolve, sir. So we've been hearing a number of speeches on changing education system for around 2 or 3 decades maybe. Has any change? Have we encountered any of the changes in education
No, we have
system?
changed the entire mindset of students in just 2 years. ICT Academy Youth Conference. Right? Completely things have changed. Change will happen. I think that's what
But it
ICT
takes-
Academy is all about, right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, sir.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, sir.
I'm a little confused after hearing you.
Why so, sir?
You spoke about multiple concepts, you spoke about NASA, right? India, the time of so India from the time of Ramayana had Pushpaka Vimana, right? So we had our first spacecraft and
Yes,
all
sir.
that all the time. So we have changed and evolved over the years. So change has happened, right? What is it that you want to do further from here by hacking the education system?
So change.
It's not very clear.
So what I'm telling is, change happens, but it takes that number of years to change. But hacking education makes only the period to become shorter. So that's the only concept that I've been concentrating on. Every state must accept that change.
So are you saying you will apply bandage rather than treating the fracture?
No, sir.
So you're saying
This
you
is
don't
like
want to
that.
touch the grassroots, you don't want to change the political system, but then I will change. How do we do that?
Is to find out what is your what. When you find it out, you'll have more kind of into in doing that. So you need no external motivation, but you get self-motivated. So you just go research for things yourself. So there are resources, and what we do is we do not search for resources which we do not like. So finding what we love, we go in search of that thing. So this makes to use the current education system in an effective way. So that's my whole thing.
See, good, but
Thank
then
you, sir.
The way I felt, you're saying everybody creates their own what, and people are all running in different directions.
Yes, sir.
How will you put everybody together? Because if people start pulling the boat in different directions, each person has his own what, right? And people want to do it in their own way. So how will you group everything together and get the nation up and going?
So being self is actually a good thing, sir. So now we are concentrating only on academics. We have been producing only engineers in engineering colleges. Okay, sir. We have been producing only engineers in engineering college. My what is actually management. With the hardest apologies to my parents, I actually do not love engineering. See, I am a kind of brainy girl. They are sitting besides you. I am a kind of brainy girl. So I just wanted to do medicines, ma'am. As my marks went down, I was just pushed into college because I wanted to do arts in the second hand, because I was just most inspired by this one character called Ego in the film Ratatouille. But due to the society and the family, I was pushed into this thing. So that's how you find out what is your what. So when everyone goes towards the what, we'll have a number of people in number of fields. Now it's overcrowded in one field, like it may be IT or medicine or anything may be it. We find it overcrowded in these three professions which I stated, the BE or MBBS or CA. So if you just find out what is your what, we'll be having a number of professions and a number of extraordinary minds in every profession. So that's what I'm saying. Thank you, sir.
Hello, you able to hear me now?
Sir?
Able to hear me?
Yeah, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So now literally I have seen a movie, especially a VIP movie.
Nice.
That's what that's the kind of a sense I'm getting it, the way what you want to achieve, which is very good.
Thank you.
So you said you want to become that's what something you want to do it. So how, once you become an entrepreneur, how you contribute to the society based on what you had explained?
Okay, sir. I just found out my what is being an entrepreneur. So I wanted to grow towards reaching the height of a successful entrepreneur. So now I'll be doing my PGDM or MBA to gain what is actually the knowledge of managemental things. I'm actually not from a kind of business family. So this is a kind of different to my family. So I'll be just going into a company, I'll be just learning all the tactics of the company so that if I frame a company, I won't go into failures. So that is the growth that I'll be showing. After reaching that heights, maybe around 15 years, I'll become a successful entrepreneur across the whole country. Then I'll be just having a good school called as the learning of business. So I'll be teaching students how to be successful in businesses. That's the basic.
Can you suggest one idea
Yes.
for laymen, any citizen who could contribute to the change that you're looking forward for? Just one simple thing that any person, any citizen can actually do.
See, actually the survey what I took was real, and one girl, she told me that she wanted to become an IIT professor. So what steps she took was, she was trying to crack out the gate examinations. Once she cracks it out, she'll be getting into the ME course and she'll be finishing it off. And the thing, what I think that she could contribute is that she could share her knowledge to the students. Being an entrepreneur, I could share my knowledge of how getting into those successful heights. As a teacher, she could teach how to teach people in a good way, how to make them understand what is actually the concept for all about. It actually depends upon what is the what that we have selected. Morning, sir.
Good leadership skills you have gained, right? Don't you feel that it's because of the current education system you have gained all these things? Will you acknowledge that?
Yes, sir, I do acknowledge it.
Okay. Can you list any three best things, right, of the current education system?
The three best things is that it is a kind of so simple now, the current situation. The schooling until 10th. The schooling until 10th is kind of, we have the common educational system. So that is one good thing. But what I like to have changes is that the standards
I'm asking the good ones.
Three things.
Good ones.
We have the same education system all over in Tamil Nadu. So it could be nationalized across the country. The one thing is it's common all over Tamil Nadu. So that's the one good thing. And second good thing, actually I'm not able to get anything.
Say there are so many good things about our education system, right? We have most affordable education system in the world.
Yes, sir.
Right? And we have like education for all. Till university, till higher studies, you have other things. There are so many good things about.
We have funds too for hires or anything maybe. Scholarships.
Yeah, it's not
hires.
affordable in any other countries.
Yes,
like,
sir.
Right? Okay.
Thank you, sir. Just out of curiosity, which year are you in? Final, ma'am.
Final year, we follow you after 2 years and see whether you really become an author.
Yes, ma'am, for sure. For sure,
All the
ma'am.
best.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.